Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode. I'm your host, B, and today we're reacting to a very interesting topic: women cheating on their man and lowering their value by doing so. Let's watch the clip, and we're gonna come back and talk about it.
Listen, let me tell you something, ladies. If you don't want to
like
grow up lonely, whoever you fucking tonight, look him in the eye and say, no matter how bad it get, I will always be your bitch. And cry when you say it. You just bought yourself security. I didn't say something strange. I said, if you've been fucking a dude for 5 years, tonight, look him in the eye and say, I will always be your bitch. You just bought yourself some time with that man. Because that's what we need to know, no matter what.
Are you my bitch? That's the realest shit, man. But, you know, that's that because that inner voice is that broken parent that fucked off their decision making. That's that, yeah.
That inner voice is what?
It's that broken parent. The inner voice is that.
That's deep what you saying.
Yeah.
That's why I'm laughing.
That's what I mean. That's when a motherfucker is broken and they're trying to negatively affect your outlook on life. They're trying to replace your conscience with their conscience because they don't want to be the only person like that. They don't want to feel isolated. They want somebody else on that island with them suffering. And they also want the control of knowing that they are making you suffer. It's two different elements. It's sadomasochistic because they get a fucking pleasure out of watching you destroy yourself.
Wow.
And being on the same island as them.
Yeah, they're like, okay, since I can't control my life, I'm going to control somebody else's.
Go
and
there
the
with me.
easiest way to affect somebody's life is destroying it. It's the hardest thing in the world to build somebody up and be positive and help them get to where they need to go. But it's the easiest thing to destroy because it doesn't take any thinking. You on autopilot, trauma autopilot.
One day in the future, I'm talking about the far future, these things that I'm saying will be played again for you. Somebody is going to say, back in the day, it was this comedian named Corey Holcomb. Look what he said.
Yeah.
Look your man in the eye. If you've been fucking him 5 years or more, that means ain't nothing else better for you out there. Look him in the eye and tell him, I will always be your bitch. And also, ladies, listen to me. When men in the street try to fuck you and you got a man, it is your duty to tell that man in the street who trying to fuck you, I would be nothing if I let you get ahead of my man. I would be nothing. I would be that old potato chip bag in the street getting ran over by cars. If I let you have this pussy over my man, because you are nothing if you give the only thing you got to a man in the street who either talk good or look good. You're nothing. You're nothing at all. Nothing. What's that dude in that movie, Sugar Hill? You're a skeezer. Ah.
Oh, God.
A whore. Remember old boy who was playing basketball with her?
I remember the movie, but
he was playing in his drawers.
Yeah, okay. No, I gotta go back.
Listen, let me tell you something, ladies. You are not winning giving your pussy to somebody besides your man. You're not winning. You are bringing yourself to a level as low as bubble gum on a shoe.
That's still kind of thick.
That's low.
Not low.
That's the level you at. Yeah. Bubble gum on a shoe. If you let another man have your man pussy.
You are an ant with no legs on the floor.
That's low.
That is lower than gum.
Yeah. You're a worm bum.
Oh. You a blister at the bottom of a worm.
You are a piece of hair.
You what?
You are a piece of hair. You are
There's nothing lower than a worm bum.
There's nothing you can do to lower your value. Look, Abe got the shit up there.
That's pretty.
That's what you are right there.
You the high heel on a converted chucker. What the fuck is that, nigga?
Damn it.
That's crazy.
Well, we started late.
You
so
cemetery dirt.
it's not like, you know what?
If you give yourself to another man while you got a man, nothing is more scummier than you.
A bed bug in a casket. That's pretty.
A bed bug in a casket.
Look at the old shit.
Dog shit on a shoe.
Ew.
A cow with no legs. You a skin tag on Craig Balls. Y'all some stupid motherfuckers.
That's funny ass shit, man.
We'll be all day talking about the game of life.
Man, that's some good game we dropped. I wish I could have heard that at like 22, 23.
See? Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about this. I feel like this is something that our grandmothers and great grandmothers, they practiced. It was like back in the day, you either was a hoe, owned it, stood on it, everybody knew it was what it was, or you was a modest, more virtuous woman and probably was only with your husband, like my grandmother. In today's time, it seemed like the double standard of life, women are trying to change it, which it will never change. There's always been a double standard between men and women. I've stated this before. I'm the only girl and I have two brothers, one older, one younger, and there were so many things that my brother could do that I could not do. And I fought against that so much as a preteen and a teenager that when I became an adult, I just, I accepted it. Like I realized it. And I don't know if a lot of y'all didn't realize this growing up. So now you're kicking against the bricks, like you trying so hard to change the way society has been ran since the beginning of time. You absolutely don't win when you go outside of your relationship and you sleep with someone else. Men will tell you they want a woman with a low body count, but there are some men who will test you to see if they can break that barrier down and be with you and run your body count up. So to give away something so valuable that let's keep it real, is the only reason why men even really dealing with us for real, the pleasure of intercourse and the loyalty that a man expects from that, it simultaneously keeps our value up. But today's society wants to brainwash women. Other women want to brainwash you with feminism and do as thou will and your body your choice for you to move how a man moves. And I'm not saying that it's fair, I'm just saying it is what it is. Since the beginning, women didn't have multiple husbands, men had multiple wives. So for someone to try to want to manipulate society and the masses like the Amber Rose and them with the slut walks and that type of stuff, you will never be able to change society because this is a patriarchal society. Men were created first and woman came from man. And I don't know why women won't just accept that and move accordingly or stand on you being promiscuous and the outcomes that you get from that. But that loyalty of being with this man and only being with him intimately and him being able to have pride and knowing that he's the only one inside of you, that's huge for a man. And it was at one point huge for women. Like I said, my grandmother, she was married and she had 6 kids by her husband, to death do us part. That's how our grandparents moved. I know my husband, his grandparents, they've been married for a long time. I want to say something crazy like 60, 70 years, something like that. And I'm not saying these marriages is perfect. I ain't saying some of them outside babies. I'm not saying that they moved perfect. People wasn't drunks and went through different things. I'm just saying that women absolutely cannot move the same way as men. And for all the women out here who feel like men cheat so I can too, you even have some of your female podcasters, big time female dating gurus who will tell you, I don't want to say no names, but it's one particular lady, she will even tell you, you don't need to be sleeping with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Y'all remember that phrase? If you're old enough, you don't need to be sleeping with a whole bunch of men. That's the last thing that you need to do, even though she may promote other things like monetary, gold digger lifestyle, whatever. They also tell you, you do not need to be sleeping with everybody. It don't matter what a man says to you or how charming he may be and how he look. Most of the time, it's really just sexual release. It's not a bunch of commitment, especially in today's time. Now, if we was talking back in the day when I was coming up, things was a little different. But nowadays, for these younger people, it's 2025. That alone, just saying the year, it's hard out here. We living in the last days. People are evil towards each other. People are lovers of self. So it would be in everyone's best interest to not be sleeping around with everybody, but men are going to be able to get away with that a whole lot better. I was thinking about the singer Ashanti. Ashanti didn't have no kids. She married Nelly, who has a few kids, and I think it's at least 2 baby mamas. Now, let's just take their situation and flip it. If if Ashanti had 2 or 3 kids by 2 men or so, and Nelly didn't have any, they would be calling Nelly a simp. But everybody's congratulating Ashanti and Nelly on their nuptials. Just think about the hypocrisy or the double standard in that. Nobody's telling Ashanti she a fool for marrying Nelly because he's somebody's baby daddy with multiple baby mamas. Nobody's telling her that. Everybody's rooting for them, happy that they spun the block, got back together, etc. And now they have a child. And now he did marry her, but do y'all get the point? It's just a double standard. It is what it is in life. So Corey is absolutely right. If you have a man that you've been sleeping with for 5 years, that speaks volumes in itself. So to go and sleep with another man, that's what society is teaching us because that's what they want us to do. And then them the same people who promote this, they got the billboards for you to go and get the Plan B, abortion clinics. These are the same people who have this multi-million-dollar agenda for us to do this and destroy ourselves and then put the stats out saying, look at y'all creating all these broken homes, but then we go and feed into the narrative. Y'all leave me a comment, let me know what y'all think, but I already know most of us who can keep it real with ourselves, we already know what it is. Women ain't supposed to be sleeping around like that, even if men are doing it, and that's the difference. That's what's hard for a lot of women to swallow. And I ain't saying you got to be with that man, and I ain't telling you to be no sucker and go for anything. I'm definitely not saying that either. I'm just saying a man gonna be able to get away with it and get a pat on the back, and a woman, you're gonna be called a whore. Leave me a comment, let me know what y'all think about the topic. Till the next time, I will catch y'all in the next episode. Peace out.